After a very long road trip to Schaumburg and Lake Erie, 6 games on the road, Evansville is back here at EVSC's historic Bosse Field for Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Schaumburg Boomers and the Evansville Otters. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Hi, my name is Evan Patoka, and it's a beautiful day for some baseball and a nice day to be back here at Bosse Field. The Otters went 3-3 on the road trip, ended up losing 2 of 3 against Schaumburg, but they did beat Lake Erie 2 of 3 to win their first road series of the season. It has been a pretty interesting last couple weeks for the Otters as they have gone a pattern of winning and losing. It's been WL, 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 WL. See if the Otters can pull off a little streak here against Schaumburg. They have a 12-3 record at home, the Otters do. Same with Schaumburg. Schaumburg has been two completely different teams at home compared to on the road. 3-12 in road games compared to 12-3 at home. Schaumburg, it's been the offense that has mainly given them struggles on the road. They're hitting 201 on the road, 3.5 runs per game. And in their last series against Gateway, while they did win one game out of the 3, they did hit 154 with a on-base percentage of 218, only averaging 2.3 runs per game and striking out 34 times in 3 games. So the Otters are hoping to take advantage of the lackluster offense on the side of Schaumburg. Meanwhile, Schaumburg's pitching has pretty much been as good as ever. They're second in ERA at a 4.70. There's a lot of low-scoring games between Schaumburg and Gateway, but it's been the offense that has completely fallen apart on the road. Meanwhile, at home, Schaumburg was really good against the Otters. Overall, at home, they're hitting at a 3.04, but they scored 11 runs twice in 2 of the 3 games against the Otters, winning 11-4 and 11-7. The Otters did take one of those games 6-4, but it seems as though it's been a tale of two teams for Schaumburg as they're wearing the orange jerseys. You just saw on the other side, the Otters are wearing their City Connect Evil jerseys. They are 6-0 in those jerseys so far this season. So don't expect it to be the last time they wear those jerseys as they seem to perform very well. And the Otters are not able to reach the 8 games over 500 mark quite yet. With a win, they will be able to at 19-11 today. But we have seen how good this offense is for Schaumburg. But that was at home. Now I got to see how they do on the road against Garrett Simpson, who's the starting pitcher for the Otters. He has a 6.29 ERA in 24 1/3 innings. In his last outing, it was against Schaumburg on the 6th. He had 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 2, and gave up a home run. And that was in the 6-4 victory, the only victory the Otters got in that series against Schaumburg. Let's take a look at yesterday's game against Lake Erie. Evansville got off to a very hot start, scoring 3 in the first on a monster home run from Dennis Pierce, and then another home run from TJ Salvaggio, making it 5-1. Lake Erie ended up coming back, scoring 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th on Paven Parks' second home run of the day to tie it up at 5, but then the Otters bullpen does what they do best and shut things down the rest of the way. Meanwhile, the offense put up 2 runs in the 6th and 2 runs in the 9th as Junior Serta came in for the 9th after Joe Morrissey and Alex Valdez had already thrown scoreless innings. And he struck out 2 en route to a 1-2-3 inning and an Otters victory yesterday. So it was a very happy bus ride. Meanwhile, a long one, but still a happy bus ride to say the least. We'll be back in Lake Erie after this series for 3 more in a midweek series against the Crushers. But for now, the Otters will try to take their second game of the season against Schaumburg. So we take a look at their dugout. They're missing a key piece, that number 36, Anthony Calarco. We have not seen him yet, but he has been a main part of Schaumburg's offense, especially last year. He was their MVP, set the team record in RBIs. But he's been on the shelf. He's been on the IL for a little bit now. He didn't play in the series against Evansville at Wintrust Field, and it doesn't look like he's going to play in this series either. On the other side, the starter for Schaumburg is Buddy Pindell. Pindell has a 3-pitch mix of a fastball, slider, changeup. 27-year-old in his second season with Schaumburg after getting traded at the trade deadline from Windy City. He also pitched on the 6th against the Otters. 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He pitched pretty well, but was unable to give Schaumburg the victory in that game against the Otters. So we'll send you to PA announcer Zane Clodfelter as we get set here for the national anthem, and after that, first pitch live from Bosse Field. We'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it, and pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice for the singing of our national anthem. This evening, performed by Gina Moore.
Was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaim their bomber steam in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Gina Moore with our national anthem. Tonight's game ball is delivered to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We are ready to go here for game 1 of this 3-game series. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Schaumburg Boomers. It is Alec Craig leading off, playing shortstop with Miles Beal batting second in center. Kellum Clark bats third and left with Cole Turney, the DH, batting fourth. Kyle Fitzgerald is batting fifth at first base. Alex Clarko doing the catching, batting sixth. And then the bottom three, Christian Fedko in right, Will Prater at third, Tony Livermore at second base. On the other side for the Otters, Ponder, Jones, Pierce, Brown, you know them, you love them. Center, second, DH, and catcher for those top four. Sam Linscott bats fifth. In right field, Marcos Gonzalez is at third, batting sixth, with LG Castillo in left, batting seventh. Blake Robertson bats eighth at first, and TJ Salvaggio, as always, in the 9th spot at shortstop. Take a look at our umpires for today. Jacob Waldrop is the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes today, with Trevor Klosterman at first base and Mike Love at third. For the defense, Otters, left to right field, Castillo, Ponder, Linscott, third to first, Gonzalez, Salvaggio, Jones, and Robertson, with Logan Brown doing the catching for the starting pitcher, Garrett Simpson. Simpson throwing his warm-up pitches. He's had a decent few starts, got his first professional win on the 24th against Windy City. Blade pitched really well against Windy City in his back-to-back starts there. But after giving up 4 runs in his last start against Schaumburg, he has a 6.29 ERA, 24 1/3 innings. Has done a great job of limiting the walks, but it's mainly been the hits and the home runs that have been the issue for Simpson.
7, Alec Craig.
Alec Craig stepping into the box, one of the many lefties in the lineup for Schaumburg. Ready to go here. It's Craig, Clark, Turney, Prater, Livermore, all lefties, with Calarco and Beal both switch hitters. First pitch will miss for ball one. 6:36 first pitch here from Bossy Field. First of three between the Boomers and the Otters. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Alec Craig in the last series against the Otters went 3 for 13, hit 2 doubles, drove in a run, walked twice, and struck out 4 times. Fouls one off himself. He's gonna need a minute or two. Like the orange jerseys on the road for Schaumburg. Usually go with the road grays. Otters have the road blues that we saw in every game in the Lake Erie series. Beautiful Eville jerseys for the Otters, and they play so well with them on. Well, we're continuing what we were doing on the road in Schaumburg. I bought a pack of 36 cards. Pulling one out for each run that the Otters score. We're down to 10 left. So hopefully the Otters score 10. Maybe today. Grounder to first. Flip to Simpson from Robertson, and that's out number 1.
Batting second in center field for Miles Beal.
That'll bring up Miles Beal for his first at-bat. Well, yesterday, while the Otters were in Lake Erie, the Boomers were in Gateway playing the Grizzlies. They ended up winning Game 3 of that series by a score of 5-2. So that one's called a strike against Beal. Former Otter Ross Thompson got the start against the Grizzlies. Both teams exchanged runs in the bottom of the third and the top of the fourth. It was really a low-scoring affair. So that one's bunted foul, and it's 0-2. Gateway grabbed the lead in the 6th inning, but Schaumburg ended up scoring 4 unanswered and getting the 5-2 victory as Caleb Rydell got his 4th save of the year. And Thompson went 6 innings. So not too much taxing on the bullpen in the last game. Just a little low. Miles Beal was one of the guys that struggled in the last series against the Otters. He went 2 for 15. Another one a little low. Simpson, 25 years old, from Mount Washington, Kentucky. Went to Eastern Kentucky for his first 2 collegiate seasons. Spent 3 years at Wright State. 2-2's a little outside. 0-2 to 3-2 here against Beal. Miles Beal, 13 walks compared to 21 strikeouts this season. Struck out once in the series against Evansville at Wintrust Field. Grounder to second, throw to first from Jones, and that's out number 2.
Batting third in left field, 21, Clark.
Now, you won't see too many strikeouts from Simpson. See a lot of contact, but so far it's been pretty soft contact. That one was only at 89. He's getting a lot of ground balls. Clark up for his first at-bat of the day. First pitch inside on the slider, and it's 1-0. Well, Simpson actually has the same trainer as Griff Hughes. Griff Hughes made his single-A debut against the Visalia Rawhide. He's now a member of the Fresno Grizzlies in single-A. Outside, it's 2-0 to Clark. Clark getting at a .313, 2 home runs with 17 RBIs. Fouled back to the netting. Clark had a great series against the Otters. Hit .500 at 6-12. One of those 2 home runs was hit against the Otters. Also hit a double, drove in 6 runs in that series. 2-1 a little away. Good hitters count here for Clark, 3-1. "21 hits. Fouled it back. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Almost got that redone before he even started. Slacking on the reaction time. Hitter's timeout called by Clark. Clark spent some time on the IL at the beginning of the season. Placed on the 14-day on May 23rd. Activated right before the Evansville series at Wintrust Field. There's a fly ball into deep left field. Going back is Castillo, and that'll get over his head and off the wall. As Clark continues the hot hitting against Otters pitching, he's got a double. First hit of the day for Schaumburg.
Batting for designated hitter 31, Cole Turney.
201 average on the road for Schaumburg. 3-12. It's crazy how much things can change when you're at home compared to on the road. And at Wintrust Field, good home field advantage for him, of course, but it's the road games that are really haunting them so far. Cole Turney has been hitting the ball well so far this season. He also started the season on the IL, played 1 game with Lake Erie on opening day, went 1 for 4, hit a 3-run homer, came back in the middle of the Evansville series and has gotten a hit in all 6 games he's played in. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Runner on second after the double from Clark, 1-1 here from Simpson. A little outside. Turney drafted in the 34th round out of high school in the 2017 draft. Decided to go to college, was there for 6 seasons with 4 schools. As he swings and misses, it's 2-2. Simpson trying to get a scoreless first here. The Otters against Schaumburg and Mississippi, those 2 series, they had a lot of runs allowed in the first inning. It kind of slowed down to a halt against Lake Erie. So we got a couple of good starting pitching performances, but was a little bit rough against Schaumburg on the starting pitching side as well as Mississippi. Luckily, the offense did a good job of picking them up here at home against the Mud Monsters. Payoff here with 2 outs. Got him swinging. First K of the day for Garrett Simpson as he throws a scoreless first. We're heading to the bottom of the first here in Evansville. Otters coming up on the Otters Digital Network.
Tonight's pitcher catcher battery for the Schaumburg Boomers. Money Dells. Marco, behind the plate, pitch catcher batteries powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your batteries. The Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 Road. 812-475-9000. Tell them the same with the Otters sent you. Disc Golf Night. Great to have all of our disc golfers here. Hoosier Lottery is sponsoring with our partner YMCA. Great to have all of those organizations here with us. Also great to have Pro Rehab. They are out in left field.
First innings brought to you by the Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. It's Buddy Pindell starting for the Boomers here in Game 1. He's got a 3.34 ERA in 35 innings as we take a look at the defense for Schaumburg. Kellum Clark in left field with Miles Beal in center. Christian Fedko is in right. Will Prater's at third with Craig at short. Livermore at second base. Kyle Fitzgerald at first. And Alex Calarco doing the catching for Buddy Pindell. As the Edward Jones leadoff batter, John Ponder. He's always leading off. Matter of fact, Ponder hasn't even really been anywhere else besides leadoff. Every single game. Is that looked like it skimmed the jersey a little bit on Ponder, so first pitch is an HBP for all of you scoring at home. Bit of an inside fastball, caught the jersey. That'll bring up Amani Jones. Monty Jones, 15-game hitting streak. He's hitting at a .313, now in his 29th game. First pitch called a strike. Against Schaumburg in the last series, he went 5 for 13. Hit a double, walked, and struck out 3 times. A bit of a stoppage in play here. Against Lake Erie, he got one hit in each game. Ended up going 3 for 11. That included hitting 2 doubles, though. Driving in 2 and walking 3 times. Throw back to first is not in time. Fitzgerald's sunglasses fell off there. Sun closing in on setting here. Of course, always to start the right side of the field is going to have to fight the sun. Left side a little bit luckier. It's 0-2 to Jones. Had a couple of multi-hit games against Schaumburg. First 2 games of the series. 2 for 5, 2 for 4. Overall, he's got 9. Against Lake Erie, he was batting from the right side a lot. Now here from the left against the righty in Pindell, as well, not too many lefties on the squad for Schaumburg, as he takes one outside for ball 1. With runners on, he's hitting .340. No go from Ponder. That one's inside. It's 2-2. Jones at Stevenson for 3 seasons, Millersville for 2, along with his teammate Joe Morrissey. Throw back again, and not in time. Kyle Fitzgerald keeps on losing his sunglasses over at first base. Keep on flying off. So 2 disengagements for Pindell against Ponder. See if he goes here. Third one would be a balk if they don't get him. There's a foul ball. Still remains at 2-2. Oh, the Otters, after their win yesterday, ended up winning their first road series of the season. They're now 1-3 in road series, 2-3 in rubber games, 7-3 in series finales. Grounder back to Pindell. He'll throw to second for 1, on to first, and it's a double play. 1-6-3 DP gets the first 2 outs of the bottom of the first inning, and it empties the bases. Dennis Pierce. Dennis Pierce sitting at 99 professional hits. He hit a 443-foot 3-run homer yesterday against Lake Erie. He now leads the team with 5. So that's called a strike. It's 0-1. Called strike 2. Lower edge of the zone there. Pierce is on a very big hot streak so far. Between the 5th and the 9th, he had 4 straight multi-hit games. So overall 8-game hitting streak before going 0 for 4 on Wednesday against Lake Erie. I got back and hit that 3-run homer. Also walked twice yesterday. Big part of the offensive showcase for the Otters. In the dirt, and it's 1-2. Well, Schaumburg had a pretty decent lead in the Central Division early on in the season. Gateway's really pulled ahead of them. 7-3 in their last 10, while Schaumburg's 3-7. And now Gateway is 2 games up on Schaumburg for first in the division. Meanwhile, Joliet's making a big run. They're 7-3 in their last 10 as well. So the West Division is looking close. Same with the Central. Otters are only a game and a half back of Washington, with Florence not too far behind at 2 games back, half a game back of the Otters. They were down 11-1 yesterday against New Jersey, the Yalls were, and they ended up coming back to win on a walk-off homer 13-12. Wonder if that's the biggest comeback of the year so far. The Otters came back down 8, but 11 is a lot more. Another long at bat here from Pierce. Saw a couple of these yesterday against the Crushers. High fly ball. It'll go out of play, foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. Pierce, after this hot streak, is now hitting over 300 on the year. 27th game. Leads the team in homers with 5, and close to the team lead in RBIs, but Salvaggio drove in 2, and he still's got that one. Another one fouled off. Logan Brown on deck. He got ejected from yesterday's game. Cohen Wilbanks had to take over, but Logan Brown's back here for game 1 of this series and doing the catching. Another foul ball. Great fight here between Pindell and Pierce. Against Schaumburg last season, 250, 3 for 12 for Dennis Pierce. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Pindell wins the battle as he gets Pierce swinging. But does up the pitch count as we'll head to the 2nd inning. No score on the Otters digital network. Second inning brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. Kyle Fitzgerald leads off the second inning. No score for either side in the first inning, as Garrett Simpson gave up a double to Kellum Clark, but struck out Cole Turney to end the first. Foul ball makes it 1-1 from Fitzgerald. We talked about this in the first Schaumburg series. A lot of returners and a lot of guys on Schaumburg that have been here for a while. That includes Fitzgerald, 27 years old. This is his 4th season with Schaumburg. Foul tip into the glove for strike 2. First series against the Otters, he went 4 for 12, hit a home run, drove in 2. Overall hitting at 287, 31 hits in 29 games. Got a hit in each game in the Gateway series. Drove in 2, struck out 3 times on Wednesday. Just misses outside. Makes it 2-2. Pitch from Simpson. Trying to sneak into that outside edge, painting the corner there. Isn't able to get the call, though, and it's another full count for Simpson. Payoff pitch. Foul ball. I've seen a couple of foul balls go into the Boomers' dugout so far today. 9 multi-hit games after the 2 for 3 day on Tuesday against the Grizzlies. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Simpson. One to end the first, one to start the second. Couple of German-American bank strikeouts for Simpson. And that's out number 1. I'll bring up Alex Calarco. First pitch a little low. So the Boomers ended up only scoring 7 runs in the entire series against Gateway. 5 of those in the 5-2 win yesterday, but they scored 1 in each of the first 2 games, losing 3-1 and 4-1. So the pitching wasn't even that bad. It has just been the offense that's been troubling them so far. Calarco, one of the 2 switch hitters in the lineup, along with Beal, who we saw earlier. 2-0 swung on and missed. Both of them batting from the left side here against the righty in Simpson. Alex and his brother Anthony, first pair of brothers to play for the Boomers. Ripped back up the middle and a base hit for Calarco. Oh, Calarco had a 3 for 3 day against the Otters back on the 5th. He's been hitting the ball well against the Otters and continues even here in Evansville. Christian Fedko also hit the ball really well against the Otters. He went 5 for 7 in 2 games against Evansville. Hit a homer, hit a double, drove in 2 runs. Overall, though, hitting only a 209. Gateway series, he ended up going only 1 for 8. Oh, 1. Check swing over to first, no go. Fedko last game, 1 for 3. That was his only hit of the series against Gateway. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. Fedko, 27 years old. A lot of older guys on this squad. A couple of 29-year-olds, a couple of 27s. Alec Craig, one of those guys, that's 29. Cole Turney, 27. Fitzgerald, 27. So that one's inside. It's 2-2. Fedko's 27. Prater's 27. Pindell, 27. It's an older team, that's for sure. 2-2. Grounder to short, Salvaggio. Throw to second for one. On to first. Double play. Good little retaliation double play after the bottom of the first inning. And it's another scoreless frame for Garrett Simpson. We'll head to the bottom of the second. No score on the Otters Digital Network.
Play ball with the Hoosier Lottery. Please play responsibly. It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game with the best seats in the house. And so I say a big congratulations to, we're going to go with James Curtis. James Curtis, congratulations. You're the winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Come on down and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet kicked up. Best seats in the house also means you have the best view of the Heritage Video Board and our vision. All our video board action. Be sure to visit heritagemetal.org for all your making needs. This is the J.E. Shekel Armor Protection second inning, founded in 1978. J.E. Shekel.
Bottom of the second inning here in Evansville. We have a pretty good crowd today. It's supposed to be a pretty big weekend. Today is disc golf night. So we had a couple of people throw out the ceremonial first discs. I think that's the terminology. Buddy Pindell hit Ponder on the first pitch of his outing, but got Amani Jones to ground into a 1-6-3 double play and then struck out Dennis Pierce for a 1-2-3 first. Logan Brown leads it off. It's Brown, Linscott, and Marcos Gonzalez, the top three, leading off here in the bottom of the second inning. Logan Brown got ejected yesterday. Started the game 0 for 2. Ejected on a strike call that he argued. And 0 for 2 as he lines one into left field. And that's a base hit. Team leader in average is up in that one here after a 1-for-1 start. And a leadoff base hit. The second straight leadoff man to reach for the Otters.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 5, Sam Linscott.
Sam Linscott is swinging a hot bat coming into this series. 9-game hitting streak for him. He is 5 for 12 against Schaumburg this season, including 2 of his 2 home runs. Both of his home runs came against Schaumburg, one on the 5th, one on the 7th. Ended up driving in 4 runs in that series. Check swing foul down the third base line. He continued the hot hitting against Lake Erie, which included a 3-hit day, his first and only 3-hit game of the season. He went 3 for 5 on Wednesday against the Crushers. The 0-2. Called strike 3. As that one freezes Linscott. Strikeout number 2 for Pindell, and out number 1 in the second inning.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
Logan Brown still at first now with 1 out. Marcos Gonzalez, his first at-bat of the day. First pitch right down the pipe for strike 1. Gonzalez had a little bit of a rough stretch against Lake Erie. 2 for 13. Low and away, it's 1-1. Against Schaumburg, he went 3 for 12. Hit a home run in the 9th off of Aaron Glickstein. Ended up winning that one 6-4. That was the first run Glickstein had given up all season. Fly ball into center. It'll drop in for a base hit. Well, we're on milestone watch yet again. That's professional hit number 399 for Marcos.
Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 6, LG Castillo.
2 on, 1 out, LG Castillo. Trying to bring in the first run of the day for the Otters. Had a great day yesterday, went 3 for 5, drove in 2 runs. It was a 2-run single in the top of the 9th to make it 9-5. It was good insurance for the guys, and that wasn't even really needed. But you don't know that at the time. And Junior Serta did shut it down, though, in the bottom half. 1-0 pitch. Slow roller over to second base. Livermore tags the bag. Throw on to first is not in time. LG Castillo reaches on the fielder's choice as out number 2 is recorded. At second base, advancing to third is Logan Brown.
Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 31, Blake Robertson.
Well, Blake Robertson is back after a bit of an injury. He didn't play in the Lake Erie series. Fouled a ball off of his foot in Schaumburg, caused him to miss the series against Lake Erie, and he's back now. Looking to do some damage here, bring in that first run. He had a 1 for 8 series against Schaumburg. Did perform well at home, though, here against Mississippi. Included a 2 for 4 day on June 4th, in which he drove in 2 runs, walked twice, and scored 3 times. 0-1 just outside. Castillo over at first, 0 for 2 on stolen base attempts. Doesn't go too much. This Otters team, not too much of a stolen base type. There's a fly ball into right field. It'll drop in for a base hit. In comes Logan Brown, and Blake Robertson is back, and he's back in style. 1-0 Otters.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 19, TJ Salvaggio.
Otters strike first here in the bottom of the second inning. TJ Salvaggio, number 9 hitter for the Otters. As per usual, 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch fly ball into shallow right field. Fedko will have enough room to make the grab for out number 3. Blake Robertson brings in the first run of the day for the Otters. We'll lead 1-0 heading to the third on the Otters Digital Network.
Saying hello in section 17 from Mobile Shredding. Great to have them with us. Jennifer Square, they're here in sections 18 and 19. say hello to them. And Equipment Depot, say hello to them in right field. Harding and Szymanski, they are in the front extra patio deck. And we also welcome our friends from Edward Family Farm. Welcome to the ballpark. Lead off that inning to third base, Tim Will Prater.
Third innings brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. As that one's called a strike. Leadoff man is Will Prater. It's Prater, Livermore, and Craig. 3 lefties to lead off the top of the third against Garrett Simpson. Great hanging curveball called strike 2. Otters scored 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Blake Robertson RBI single. Little high, it's 1-2. Well, Simpson's given up a base hit in both innings, but neither of them have advanced from their respective bases. Check swing, called strike 3. Another great breaking ball, and 3 strikeouts for Simpson, out number 1 here in the third.
Batting ninth at second base, Tony Livermore.
That'll bring up Tony Livermore, the number 9 hitter for Schaumburg. He did not play in the Gateway Series after struggling mightily in the series against the Otters. He went 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. First pitch called a strike. Well, Simpson already has more strikeouts in this outing than he did in 5 innings the last time we played against Schaumburg on the 6th. He only had 2 strikeouts. His season high is 5. That was back on May 19th against Gateway, as breaking ball gets a little inside and it'll hit Livermore. He'll reach for the first time today.
Back to the top of the order. The Schaumburg Boomers are lead lottery strikeout down in the game. Shortstop 7, Alex Gray.
Andy McCauley's going to come out there, have a conversation. It's been a little bit of a rough going the past couple weeks with McCauley and umpires. Let's can we hit the booth cam? Commentator cam, please. Because we're going to pull a card right here for the run that came in. No, I guess not. We got rookie Maximo Acosta. Pretty solid card. Another rookie card. We've gotten a few of those. I still think our best pull has been Justinson Garcia rookie card, because he still has a lot of potential. We got that yesterday. We got to pull 9 cards yesterday, which was pretty fun. 0-1 to Alec Craig. Now we have 9 cards remaining. Still haven't really gotten anything too special, just the regular top 75. Called strike 2. Craig will call his timeout. He has a grounder to first base in his only at bat. He's 0 for 1. Simpson going through the lineup for the second time. Throw back to first. Very fast throw back for Simpson. Not in time, though, as Livermore gets back there safely. He's so far 3 for 3 on stolen bases this season. Oh, and 2. Just outside. It's 1-2. Bossy Faithful not too much of a fan of that call. Did look a little outside, though. Craig with runners on, hitting at a 149. Not actually hitting the best with runners on. Base is empty. He's hitting 328. Most probably the reason why he's hitting leadoff. Runner goes. Throw to second base from Logan Brown is perfect, and they got him. Not sure it's a good choice to run on Logan Brown. Out number 2 as Livermore gets caught stealing. First caught stealing of the season for Livermore. 3 for 4 on the season. For Logan Brown, that's his 8th caught stealing as Craig fouls it off. Good opportunity for a third scoreless inning for Simpson. 2-2. Leaping catch by Salvaggio, and that's out number 3. How about the defense behind Garrett Simpson? 3 scoreless for him. We're heading into the bottom of the third. 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Otter fans, it's time for the Hoosier Lottery's Jackpot Toss. Otter staff will release lottery beach balls in the crowd when the music starts. Pass the balls to the crowd. And when the music stops, everyone 18 and older holding a ball will win a $30 Hoosier Lottery prize bag. Are you ready? Get set. Enjoy. Congratulations from the Hoosier Lottery and the Evansville Otters. Otter staff will tell you how to claim your prize. Must be 18 or older to play and win. Please play responsibly and make sure you stop by your local Hoosier Lottery retailer to pick up your Mega Millions ticket for tonight's drawing. Mega Millions estimated at $413 million. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly and don't forget, fans, stick around after tonight's game for our fireworks show.
Bottom 3. Caught stealing and a nice grab. It's short from Salvaggio leads to another 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Simpson. He's allowed a base runner to reach in all 3 innings, but 2 of them have gone out on the base pass, whether it be a 6-4-3 double play or caught stealing from Logan Brown. And it's back to the top of the order on the other side for the Otters. It's John Ponder, Amani Jones, Dennis Pierce leading it off in the bottom of the third against Pindell. Ponder didn't really get to do anything in his first at-bat because he got hit by a pitch on the first pitch. He'll take strike 1. Well, Ponder unfortunately had his 13-game hitting streak come to a close yesterday against Lake Erie. He went 0 for 4. That on-base streak is still running strong as the bat breaks on a grounder to Craig. He'll throw to first, and that's out number 1.
The second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones.
Oh, Buddy Pindell from Vegas was at Southern Nevada for a couple seasons before transferring to Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors for 3 seasons, 2020 to 2022. He was with Windy City. He had a fantastic season in 2024. A 2 ERA and 121 2/3 innings. Frontier League All-Star, led the league in ERA. And he was off to a very hot start in 2025 with the Thunderbolts. He had a 3.5 ERA and 92 2/3 before getting traded to Schaumburg. Played 4 games with them to end the regular season, then 4 games in the postseason with them. Another grounder to Craig. Throw to first is in time for out number 2.
Designated hitter, number 10, Dennis Pierce.
Oh, Dennis Pierce struck out swinging after a very long-fought battle against Pindell in his first at-bat. One of 2 strikeouts for Pindell so far today. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, the best outing for Pindell was actually in his first, back on May 13th. Sorry, second, actually. He was the opening day starter. Second outing was against Trois Rivières. He threw 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, but didn't allow a run to score. Ended up getting the win after striking out 6. On opening day, it was against Lake Erie. He threw 6 innings as well. He's thrown 6 innings in 5 of 6 games this season. Inside, it's 2-1. The only game that he didn't throw 6 innings was on May 20th against Down East. He threw 5 innings. Only gave up 1 run and got that win as well. Only 2 wins came on the 13th and the 20th against Trois Rivières and Down East, respectively. A little high, it's 3-1. The most earned runs he gave up in an outing this season was actually against the Otters, back on the 6th. He's given up 1 here already through 2 2/3. Grounder to second, scooped over there by Livermore. Toss to first is in time for out number 3. So 3 groundouts for Pindell in the third, and he makes quick work of the top 3 in the order for the Otters after a couple of broken bats as well. We'll head to the 4th, 1-0 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network.
Everybody check out the Heritage Video Board and Otter Vision for a precision pest and wildlife instant replay. And that's also tonight's precision pest and wildlife catch of the game. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestandwildlife.com. Let's elevate the stages together. Don't forget the only one at the top side.
4th innings brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. It's been a very solid 3 innings for Garrett Simpson. See what he does here in the 4th against Miles Beal, Kellum Clark, Cole Turney. It will be technically 3 straight lefties again, as Miles Beal, the switch hitter, will be batting from the left side, and then Clark and Turney, both regular lefties. First pitch, grounder past first base and into right field. Miles Beal wide turnaround first, but he'll stay there after a good throw in right field from Lynn Scott. Leadoff single for Beal, first leadoff man to reach today for Schaumburg. Kellum Clark has a base hit already today. Only extra base hit of the day for either side. Doubled in the first. Didn't end up advancing past second base as the first pitch is called a strike. Clark, that was his 6th double of the year. Kyle Fitzgerald leads the team in doubles with 10. Fouls it back, it's 0-2. Well, in terms of ranking, Schaumburg's offense is not necessarily the best, to say the least. 9th in runs, 177 of them. 15th out of 18 in hits. Not a really good home run hitting team, and they are 16th out of 18 in batting average at 254. The pitching has been really good, though. They have the most strikeouts in the league, the second lowest walk rate, and the second lowest ERA in the Frontier League. It's been the pitching that's been keeping them in games. At least on the road, those 3 wins have been brought to you by the pitching staff, but the offense has been able to pull through at home. 2-2 here to Clark. Check swing. And yes, he did. That is strike 3. They even check over. 4th strikeout of the day for Simpson, and that's out number 1 in the 4th. He has a strikeout in every inning. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Cole Turney, runner on 1st and 1 out. First pitch called a strike. Turney was on Arkansas in 2018. That was his first season. He was teammates with a couple of major leaguers, Heston Kjerstad and Dominic Fletcher. Called strike 2. Great location on that one from Simpson. Oh, 2. A little outside that time. Well, Turney was drafted out of high school. He was the 17th rated high school prospect and 2nd in Texas. Originally from San Antonio. Well, Turney had a pretty good minor league career. He hit 51 for 149, 342 average in 42 games after signing a minor league deal with the Tigers in 2023. Little low, it's 2-2. Last season, he played 5 games with the High A West Michigan Whitecaps. Had 3 multi-hit games. Got a hit in all 5, but then got placed on the IL. Went to the Florida Complex League for rehab. Played 3 games there. As he swings and misses for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Simpson for the 2nd time today. He's got 5 of them, which ties his season high through 3 2/3.
First baseman 5, Kyle Fitzgerald.
Then to finish off with Turney. Played 3 games. Kind of struggled in those 3 games. Hit a homer against the Blue Jays Florida Complex League, but never really ended up getting activated. Re-aggravated that injury, and then he got released back in January. Fitzgerald struck out in the 2nd inning. 1-0 is just outside. 5 strikeouts, no walks for Simpson. And this has kind of been his bread and butter. He is fantastic at limiting the walks, locating well. And he's been locating phenomenally today. Like that pitch, a great changeup called strike 1. Now, the main issue with the game on the 19th against Gateway, he did have no walks and 5 strikeouts, but he gave up 2 homers and a lot of hits. As that one, a sliding grab from Salvaggio, but he has no play. Back-to-back strikeouts, then a single puts 2 on with 2 outs for Alex Calarco, who already has a base hit today. Singled in the 2nd inning. Schaumburg out hitting Evansville now. Still down by 1 here in the 4th. First pitch called a strike. Another great located one on the outside corner. Clark now 4 for 7 against the Otters offensively. 2 RBIs, 2 walks. A little low. That 3 for 3 game really carrying the load there because on the 6th against the Otters, he went 0 for 3. Up until that single, he was actually 0 for his last 8 as he went 0 for 5 in 2 games in the Gateway Series. Foul tip into the glove. It's 1-2. I'm trying to get out of the jam here. This is the first time 2 runners have been on for Schaumburg today. Simpson's gotten out of things in the first 3 innings. Wants a scoreless 4th, trying to get the offense going. 1-2. Just outside. Makes it 2-2. Hitting at a 300 now after that single. 2-2. Fly ball into left field. LG Castillo. He's got a read on it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. 4 scoreless with 5 strikeouts for Garrett Simpson. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to show us your best smiles for the HRI Dental Smile Cam. Over 300,000 members trust HRI Dental because it's based right here in the Luther state of Indiana. HRI Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep on smiling with HRI Dental. This is the Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 for Day. For 138 years, sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. Look at all those smiles. You're smiling, you're having fun. It's a beautiful Friday night. School's out of session. 4th of July, and America's 258th birthday is coming up. Life is good.
Logan Brown leading it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Alex Clarko got the last out, so he's taking a little bit to get the gear on. Buddy Pindell has thrown 3 innings, has given up 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts. As it's a little bit of a pitcher's duel here between Schaumburg and Evansville. A sneak peek at the out-of-town scoreboard will tell you Windy City's beaten Lake Erie 3-0 in the 4th. It'll tell you Joliet is beating Mississippi 3-1. That's a 6-game series. Gateway has already scored 7 through 2 innings. They're beating Florence 7-4. Washington's beaten New Jersey. New Jersey is on a little bit of a weird road trip for Florence and to Pennsylvania. First pitch to Logan Brown's called a strike. No score between Ottawa and Trois-Rivières. Sussex County is down 8-1 against Down East after a 7-run 2nd inning. Quebec's winning. What else is new? Tri-City's beating New York 3-0. Grounder short, bobbled by Craig, has to recover, and he does in turn as Fitzgerald looked like he was off the bag for a second, but he recovers as well, and that's out number 1. Linscott struck out looking in the 2nd inning, 2nd of 2 strikeouts for Pindell. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Well, Buddy's name, not actually Buddy. You know, you get the nickname Buddy. You know, I don't think anybody's actually named Buddy like on the birth certificate. His real name is Kevin. So Kevin Pindell. Fouled away. Foul ball brought to you by Hez Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Pindell had a season high of 6 strikeouts in each of his first 2 starts of the season. The opening day starter for Schaumburg. Another one fouled away. Pindell didn't issue a walk in his first 11 innings of the season. Gets a lot of ground balls, 52.6% ground ball rate for him. Fouled away again. This time Fitzgerald gives it a look, but he runs out of room. Pindell, while limiting the walks fairly well, walk rate at 3.1%. Just like Simpson, it's been the hits that have been an issue. He's given up 20 hits in his last 2 outings. And he's given up 3 today, so not as bad as it has been the past. We'll see if he goes to the full 6, though. He's definitely on pace to do it. Same with Simpson on the other side. One, two. Swung on and missed strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Pindell. Out number 2 in the bottom of the 4th. He's now retired 6 straight ever since the RBI single for Blake Robertson. Still 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Marcos Gonzalez will step in. 1 hit away from 400 on his professional career. First pitch called strike 1, right down the middle. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Pindell was teammates with Cade Smith at Hawaii in 2020. Cade Smith, the closer for the Guardians. You're just in that area in Avon, Ohio. That's about 25, 30 minutes away from Progressive Field. A lot of Guardians fans, a lot of Cleveland fans in general up there. 0-2. High on the fastball. Before Windy City, he was in the Pioneer League for a couple seasons. Boise Hawks. Didn't pitch too well, but it is also a very offense-heavy league. So the stats are always going to be a little bit inflated. Fights one off, grounder over to first, some weird spin on it. Fitzgerald will flip to the bag, and that is out number 3. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Pindell as we will head to the 5th inning. 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Southwest Graphic Evansville Otterville.
Have you seen out of the honor around lately? Make sure you tell them hello when you do. And it's exciting to see all of our fans and encourages you to visit Heritage Kroger Banking Means, Heritage proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. Tonight's game sponsor is Hoosier Lottery. For 35 years, the Hoosier Lottery has given back more than $7 billion to the Hoosier State of Indiana. Learn more at HoosierLottery.com. Play responsibly. Next up from the partner is the YMCA. The YMCA responds to community needs by serving all people, especially you, through relationships and activities that promote healthy spirit, mind, and body. Moving on to the Schaumburg Boomers. Right fielder, 3, Christian Petco.
Fifth innings brought to you by B-Dubs. Buffalo Wild Wings bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road for details. Looping curveball hits the zone for strike one against the leadoff man, Christian Fedko. 0-1. Called strike two. Well, there's a little bit of a weird fact. With all of the stoppages yesterday and the 2 ejections, the game yesterday against Lake Erie managed to be the shortest 9-inning game the Otters have played this season. Grounder to short, Salvaggio. Long throw to first is in time for out number 1. 2 hours, 17 minutes. It ended 9-5. We had 2 ejections, a lot of stoppages at the start, but a lot of first pitch swinging led that game to only take 2 hours and 17 minutes. We ended at 9:15 after starting at 6:32. Getting word that Kobe Foster's throwing a no-hitter through 6. And I can say that because we're not watching, and if it's a jinx, it's a jinx. It's Washington. They're ahead of us in the division. 0-1's inside to Will Prater. Will Prater, 4th season with Schaumburg. Re-signed on December 5th of last year. Little low. 2-1. Prater, also 27 years old, was with Western Carolina for 5 years. One of the loyal guys. Only was at one school his entire collegiate career. Grounder to first. It stays fair as Robertson will tag the bag, and that's out number 2. Oh, we're pretty deep into a nice pitcher's duel here between Pindell and Garrett Simpson. Simpson so far winning after 1 run comes in for the Otters. Robertson, who just tagged the bag over at first, drove in that run. Robertson will also bat second in the bottom half of the 5th. First pitch to Livermore is called a strike. He got hit by a pitch in the 3rd, but ended up getting caught stealing on a great throw from Logan Brown. Fouls one off himself. Might need a couple seconds to walk that one off. Oh, Livermore. He was at Northwestern his entire collegiate career. A couple of loyal guys at the bottom 2 in the order. His dad, though, played football at Illinois. They have a decent rivalry going on, so I wonder, whenever Northwestern plays Illinois, how intense that rivalry gets in the Livermore household, whether it be football or baseball, maybe even basketball. A little high, it's 1-2. No, Livermore from Chicago, so didn't go far to play his collegiate ball. A little bit north of Chicago in Evanston, not to be confused with Evansville. Just misses inside. Simpson was halfway to the dugout before he realized that was a ball. Maybe just delaying it for another pitch. Get that strike 3 call right here. 2-2. Fouled away.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best.
So this is the first time that hit by pitch was the first time Livermore reached base against the Otters in his professional career. Last year, he played 1 game against the Otters. May the 21st, he went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Series, he went 0 for 7. Still has yet to get a hit against the Otters, but he has reached. Another one fouled off himself. He's really beating himself down here. He stays alive, though, in the at-bat. Remains at 2-2. Two yet again. A little high. Full count here. Good at bat for Tony Livermore, including a couple of really nice takes. Looking to get to the top of the lineup for the third time. Foul tip off the glove of Logan Brown. Will do it again. Almost that foul tip causing the strike 3 call. Wasn't quite able to squeeze it. Livermore hitting at a 209. This is his 21st game. He's got 12 walks compared to 20 strikeouts. Has a strikeout in 4 of his last 5 games. Another payoff. High fly ball into foul ground. Robertson giving it a look, but it will fall out of play. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Another 3-2 here. Long at bat for Livermore. Sun finally going over the stadium. It's everybody in the field now not having to fight the sun anymore. Gonna have to fight the lights. That might be a little bit of an issue. Another grounder to first. Robertson tags the bag. Back-to-back grounders to first. And a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Garrett Simpson. He's thrown 5 scoreless. He's pitching great today. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Halfway home at Bossy Field. Otters lead it on the Otters Digital Network.
This is the Buffalo Wild Wings with the name Bottles Amsterdam here down in Illinois. I know the location of the 405 to 715 road for more details. Shout out to my parents. Mom and dad are here. Second hour.
Bottom 5 here as we're flying through this one. Bottom 5, 1-0. Otters have the lead. Both Buddy Pindell and Garrett Simpson pitching great. As we'll most likely see Simpson head into uncharted territory for him this season. He has not pitched more than 5 innings in a start this year. I mean, get him out there for the 6th, maybe the 7th, maybe the 8th. You never know. Depends on how fast he gets through those innings. Pindell, he's only at 50 pitches, so we'll most likely see him for a couple more innings. He'll face off against LG Castillo, Blake Robertson, and TJ Salvaggio, bottom 3 in the order for the Otters. First pitch inside. So 1 run, 7 hits between both sides here. Otters have 3 hits. Schaumburg out hitting them. They have 4, but they have not brought a run across. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. We're talking about Pindell with the Boise Hawks in the Pioneer League. He had a 6.62 ERA, 66 2/3, but he did throw a complete game shutout against the Idaho Falls Chukars, and that's a pretty big rarity in the Pioneer League. Look out over there. That's a foul ball. It was mainly the last 5 games for Pindell in 2023 that up the ERA. Gave up 29 of his 49 earned runs in his last 5 outings. Another foul. Still 1-2. First season with Boise in the Pioneer League, he had a 5.81 ERA, 52 2/3. 10 walks, though, compared to 63 strikeouts. He's always been good at limiting the walks in his professional career. 1-2. Grounder into right center field for a base hit. LG Castillo continues the hot hitting. Second time reaching today. First hit of the day for LG, and that will bring up Blake Robertson. Robertson drove in the only run of the day. RBI single that brought in Logan Brown. First pitch a little inside. Now the bottom four in the order have 3 of the 4 hits today for Evansville. Robertson seems to perform pretty well here at home. 2-0. No walks, 3 strikeouts for Pindell so far. Otters get their 4th hit to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Called a strike on the inside edge. It's 2-1. Robertson was teammates in the Rays organization with one of the relievers, Jack Snyder, for Schaumburg. We'll see if we see Snyder today. Foul tip into the glove. It's 2-2. Last season with Hawaii for Pindell, he had a 4.30 ERA, 46 innings with 12 scoreless outings. 5 strikeouts in 4 separate games, 3 of them scoreless, mostly in long relief for Hawaii. Best season was in 2021. He had the 3rd best ERA on the team at 3.43. He had the 2nd most saves, so he was a 8th inning setup guy, maybe a ninth inning man if their regular closer wasn't available. 3-2 from Pindell. Swung on and missed for strike 3, but taking second is LG Castillo. 4th strikeout of the day for Pindell is out number 1, but runner does advance as Castillo steals his first base of the season. After an 0-for-2 start, he finally gets his first, and now TJ Salvaggio will try to bring him in. First pitch called a strike. Salvaggio flew out to right field over to Fedco to end the 2nd inning in his first at-bat. Schaumburg showing that their offense is still lacking a little bit on the road. In the dirt, it's 1-1. 4 hits. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 4th. They have not been able to bring them around. For 2 with runners in scoring position today. 1-1. There's a ground ball over to short. Craig going to have to go quick. Long throw to first and dug out by Fitzgerald for out number 2.
The average Jones lit off batter of the game. The center fielder, number 3, John Hunter.
John Ponder now up. Back to the top of the order. Ponder, with 2 outs, is quite lethal. He leads the team in 2-out RBIs with 10 of them. That's 10 out of 16. So he has the majority of his RBIs with 2 outs. Just like Salvaggio knows how to get a clutch hit or 2. And at this rate, with how the pitching's been, two-run lead might seem like a lot more than you might think. 0-1 called strike 2. So Castillo singles to lead off the 5th, steals 2nd, but strikeout and a ground out to short have 2 outs. Runners in scoring position so far this season. Ponders hitting .235. Little low. It's 1-2. So he has the most 2-out RBIs, but with runners in scoring position, he's only hitting .235 with 8 RBIs. Weird little dichotomy there. 1-2. Another one low. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. We're going to keep checking in on New Jersey and Washington. Kobe Foster's throwing a perfect game. It's not a no-hitter. It's a perfect game through 6 1/3. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 5 strikeouts now for each pitcher as Pindell gets out of the 5th with a scoreless inning. Heading to the 6th inning. Otters up 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network.
It is time for United Fidelity Bank, 6th inning. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and service you deserve since 1914. That was before Bossy Field was built.
Sixth innings brought to you by United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. Low scoring affair here through 5 innings. 1 run has come in. RBI single from Blake Robertson is the difference in this one, as Garrett Simpson has been pitching great. 5 scoreless, 5 strikeouts, hasn't walked anybody. The only free pass has been the hit by pitch to Tony Livermore, and he got caught stealing. Besides the 4 hits, it has been dominance for Simpson. We'll see if he continues here in the 6th, facing the lineup for the 3rd time, starting with Alec Craig. Craig so far 0 for 2, has a grounder to grounder to first and a line out. Nice leaping catch by Salvaggio. And now a fly ball into left field that's caught out there by Castillo. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now Simpson, this might be his last inning just due to the pitch count. He's up to 90 after that one. But still, now with that out, this is Simpson's season high in innings pitched, 5 1/3. First pitch called a strike. Miles Beal has a single in the 4th, otherwise 1 for 2. Called a strike, it's 0-2 now. 9 straight scoreless innings for Otters pitching, going back to yesterday. Outside, it's 1-2. That doesn't really come near the season high that we saw between the 19th and the 23rd, where we saw back-to-back shutouts against Gateway. That was 20 innings. I need a lot more than that. That's a fair ball, as Robertson will tag the bag, and that's out number 2. If he continues with this pitch count, we might see him go 7.
Fielder, 21, Clark.
Gonna have to figure out how they want to play things here. There's some movement over in Schaumburg's bullpen, but at the same time, Pindell has been pitching great as well. He's just given up that 1 run. Clark has the only extra base hit of the game for either side. Hit a double in the first, struck out swinging in the 4th. Another looping curveball that hits the zone for strike 1. And that curveball, he's been able to locate it very well, Simpson. Swing and a miss. That time on the changeup. It's 0-2. Clark from Brandon, Mississippi, almost made that mistake again. A little bit east of Jackson. Spent his entire collegiate career in the Mississippi area. Check swing. No, he did not. 1-2. Pitch number 98. Also the season high in pitch count for Simpson by a pretty wide margin. There's a base hit into center field as Clark is 2 for 3 today.
Designated hitter, 31, Cole Turney.
Perfect game has turned into a no-hitter. Somebody reached on an error over in Washington. Still keeping a keen eye on that one. Grounder up the middle. That one's into center field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for Clark and Turney. And there's 2 on with 2 outs. And immediately we are going to have Nolan Thebe warming up in the bullpen. Simpson has had 2 on with 2 outs back in the 4th, and he got Calarco to fly out to left field to end that frame. Max Peterson is going to come out as well as Logan Brown. See if we get Simpson to finish the 6th inning. Looks like it's just going to be a mound visit for now. Maybe wasting time to try and get Thebe out there and warm. We're on 99 pitches for Simpson. See if they want to face Fitzgerald here. Fitzgerald does already have a hit today. He's 1 for 2. He also has a strikeout in the 2nd inning. And Peterson's going to leave him in. Trusting his guy to try and go 6 scoreless here. Face off against Fitzgerald. Probably a good boost of confidence for Simpson if he's able to get out of here in the 6th inning. Pitching coach letting him try to finish the job here. Go 6 without allowing an earned run, but if not, have Nolan Thebe in the bullpen. Fitzgerald, first pitch from Simpson. Called a strike. 100 pitches now for Simpson. Threshold that not too many Otters have reached this season. Oh, 1. Little outside. Clark's on second. Turney's on first. Back-to-back singles. Schaumburg's out hitting the Otters yet again, 6-4. Have not been able to get that big hit, though. 1-1. Another one outside. I think the walk, if it happens, would be the end of the day for Simpson. 5 2/3 already the longest he's gone into a start this season. 2-1. In the dirt, it's 3-1. Simpson has not walked anybody yet today, has 4 on the season. This would be a rarity if it happened here, but a 3-1 count here against Fitzgerald. Kicks and deals. High chopper to third, throw to second, and out number 3 as Simpson pumps his fist in absolute relief as he's gone 6 scoreless. What a showing for Garrett Simpson as the Otters still lead at 1-0, heading to the bottom half on the Otters Digital Network.
Tonight's game sponsor is Hoosier Lottery for 35 years. The Hoosier Lottery has given back more than $7 billion to the state of Indiana. We're done with the help of Hoosiers like you. Learn more at HoosierLottery.com. Play responsibly. Tonight's nonprofit partner is YMCA. The YMCA responds to community needs by serving all people, especially youth, through relationships and activities that provide knowledge.
Bottom 6, Garrett Simpson, the man he is. What a performance. I'm assuming that's going to be the last of him, as over 100 pitches usually means that you're done for the day, especially here in the Frontier League. 6 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Absolutely phenomenal performance from Simpson, keeping the Otters in this one as they lead at 1-0. The offense, though, has struggled a little bit just because Buddy Pindell has been pitching well on the other side, but they do have the lead. And looking like we're going to see some high leverage arms in the pen. Monty Jones leads it off. Called a strike. Jones 0 for 2 on the day. A lot of 0-fers in the lineup. Only 4 hits today for the Otters. Grounder foul down the third base line. It's 0-2. Doesn't look like anybody's warming, even though there are guys back in the bullpen for the Otters. Other side, still movement for Schaumburg. Reaches out, pokes one foul. Pindell's still only at 70 pitches. So they're definitely possible that he could go 7, maybe 8 with how his pitch count's been going so far. Hopefully the bullpen can do what the bullpen does best and limit the damage. I think that's Joe Morrissey who's warming in the bullpen, as Thebe is no longer out there. Another 0-2 is outside. Pindell usually goes 6 innings. Trying to just keep up that streak here. There's a grounder over to second base. Livermore will toss to first, and that's out number 1.
Designated hitter, number 10, Dennis Pierce.
Dennis Pierce, 0 for 2 on the day. Still looking for that big hit number 100 in the professional ranks, and as an Otter, as he's been a nice little long stay here with Evansville. First pitch called a strike. we missed yesterday. Pierce off of Dylan Delvecchio hit one top of the, there's like a little hill over in left field. He hit it to the top of that. There's 108 off the bat, 443. The only thing people were really wondering if it was fair, and it was definitely fair by a good margin. That thing was launched. Fouled away. It'll remain at 0-2. Well, Pierce hit 2 home runs in the series against Florence, was off to a very rough stretch in terms of home run hitting, but now has 2 home runs in his last 6 games. Leads the team with 5. He's got 3 of those here at home. That 3-run homer was his first that brought in 3 runs. Check swing over, and he did go. That's called strike 3, as Pierce does not like the call. And first base umpire Trevor Klosterman is going to hear it from the crowd, as well as Billy Easley over at first base. Didn't look like he went. I'll say that. Might be a little bias on that one, but it didn't look like he went. Grounder to first on the first pitch for Logan Brown. Toss to Pindell for out number 3. Very efficient day for Pindell as he goes through 6 again. We're into the 7th. 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters are back at EVSC's historic Varsity Field tomorrow night. It's Deaconess Colors of Hope night. Otters will take the field in special jerseys, which will be auctioned off online during the game. Then stick around after the final out for a spectacular fireworks show. Social media pages for more information. Tickets at EvansvilleOtters.com. Apply 1-888-586-8686. This is the Jacobs Pub 7th inning. Jacobs Pub, proud to support the Evansville Otters and Evansville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Rangers on North Main, Jacobs Pub at 607 North Main Street. Otters call the bullpen. 50, Joe Morrissey into pitch. Morrissey is on the mound. Brown behind the plate. The battery's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Sponge your battery needs to be.
Well, a very controversial strikeout of Dennis Pierce. Let's take a look at the replay. It was, new pitcher into the game is Joe Morrissey. I think Morrissey's going to get a little bit more high leverage innings. He got a high leverage inning yesterday against Lake Erie, and he performed great through a scoreless inning with a strikeout. Played in 3 games so far this season. Worst of the 3, though, was against Schaumburg on the 7th. Went 2 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, but 3 strikeouts. Short sample size, he has a 4.50 ERA. See how he does here in the 7th. Already 0-2 against Alex Calarco, who leads it off. It's Calarco, Fedko, and Prater. Time called. Head to the 8th, that no-hitter for Washington still going, Kobe Foster. 3 pitches for strikeout number 1 for Morrissey, as he gets the first out relatively quickly here in the 7th.
Right fielder, 3, Christian Petco.
I'll bring up Christian Fedko. Called strike 1. 4 straight strikes to start off the outing for Morrissey. That'll miss. 3 shutouts this season so far for the Otters. The only one that was in 9 innings was the no-hitter on opening day. 1-1. That one's called a strike, and it's 1-2. Fedko calls timeout. Morrissey from Morristown, New Jersey. It's across the New Jersey-Pennsylvania border from Philadelphia. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. I'm quick with it. 1-2 to Fedko. Popped up on the infield. Gonzalez calling everybody off. He'll make the catch. And that's out number 2. Well, we saw Gonzalez do a play like that Lake Erie yesterday, foul ball on the foul ground, and he was screaming that he got it, and he did. So Marcos Gonzalez, some good communication over there at third base, avoiding tragedy. It's always a little bit embarrassing to watch the ball just fall in between infielders that aren't communicating. It happens even in the MLB, which is kind of crazy. Good curveball hits the zone for strike 1 against Will Prater. Just outside. Makes it 1-1. Prater's 0 for 2 today, has a strikeout in the 3rd, a grounder to first in the 5th. That one also just a tad outside. It's 2-1. 6 hits for Schaumburg, 4 for Evansville, but Schaumburg, even with the 6 hits, have not scored yet. There's a grounder to second base. Jones tosses to first, and a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen for Joe Morrissey. Doing great in the high leverage innings is Morrissey, as it's time to stretch here at Bosse Field. 1-0 Otts on the Otters Digital Network.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some more runs.
Bottom 7. Buddy Pindell will look to go more than 6 innings for the first time this season, as he's been pitching well, but it's the Schaumburg offense that we've seen on the road. We knew it was rough, but it's been pretty rough here today for the Boomers. They hit 154 against Gateway. They're hitting 201 overall on the road. And that is only going to go down here if things don't change offensively. Otters, even though the pitching has been dominant, insurance never hurts. And it starts with Lynn Scott. Lynn Scott, Marcos Gonzalez, LG Castillo, as that one's fouled away. Pindell, 80 pitches now through 6. Still no one even warming in the bullpen for Schaumburg. Kobe Foster's now 3 outs away from a no-hitter. Would be the second no-hitter this season. The first coming right here at Bossy Field. 2-1. Lynn Scott's 0 for 2. He has 2 strikeouts. Struggling here against Pindell. 2-1. Little low. And it's 3-1. We haven't seen a single walk in this game. It's kind of crazy. We've seen 1, 2 hit by pitches, one from each side. Not a single walk. That ends now. Nice duck move from Lynn Scott. And we finally have a walk. Leadoff walk to Lynn Scott. Couple of inside pitches to Lynn Scott causes the walk, and that'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. 1 hit away from the big 4 hundo. Good opportunity to do it here. There's somebody warming up in the Otters bullpen. First pitch misses high for ball 1. So unable to locate now is Pindell. Looking like Alex Valdez. It's going to be a Valdez-Serta type of night for the second straight night. 1-0. Lynn Scott's going to go. Throws a little high, and Lynn Scott will take second base. What a read for Sam Lynn Scott. He had so much of a head start. Decided to just go in the pickoff move. No chance. Lynn Scott's into scoring position. Otters, big second run, especially with how the pitching's been so far today. 2-run lead, a lot more comfortable. Big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So the stolen base from Lynn Scott is his 6th of the year. He got caught stealing for the first time yesterday. So now he's 6 for 7. Gonzalez trying to bring in a run here. One. Fouled off into the Boomers dugout. And it's 1-2. 6 strikeouts for Pindell. Just the 1 walk. Still has yet to get that 1 out to extend now the season high in innings pitched. Still at 6. 1-2. Grounder over to third, scooped up. Throw to first. It's going to get past Fitzgerald. All the way to the fence. Runners will advance. It's 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Low throw. Fitzgerald couldn't grab it. Lynn Scott advances to 3rd. Gonzalez to 2nd. After the error from Prater. We'll have a mound visit. Someone quickly warming in the bullpen for Schaumburg. This is the best opportunity the Otters have had all day. Jack Snyder is warming in the bullpen. Quickly getting the warm after that error brings runners to 2nd and 3rd. LG Castillo will try to bring him in. A lot of chatting at the mound. Pitching coach for Schaumburg is Jake Joyce. He's played 8 seasons with the Boomers. 2015 to 2018, then 2021 to 24. He won the Frontier League Championship with Schaumburg in 2021. He has the most pitching appearances by a player in Frontier League history with 300. Pretty long mound visit before Pindell faces LG Castillo. Infield all the way in up on the grass. Otters trying to get that second run across. First pitch from Pindell. Inside for a ball 1. 6 RBIs for LG. Drove in 2 yesterday. RBI single in a spot just like this. Except instead of in the 8th, it was in the 9th. One-0. Outside, called ball 2. Misplay on defense. The error by Prater. 25th error of the season for Schaumburg. 12th in the league in errors in the Frontier League. 2-0. Grounder into left field, a base hit. 1 run will score. Getting the stop sign at third is Gonzalez. LG Castillo drives in a second run. There's that insurance. Got to get more of it. Robertson has driven in a run already today. Drove in the first run. Otters now up 2-0 here in the 8th. Or in the 7th. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. LG Castillo already has a stolen base today. See if he takes second here. First pitch from Pindell. Runner goes. No throw. And Castillo has his second stolen base of the day. Back to second and third with nobody out. Robertson, big opportunity here to drive in a couple more. First scoring since the second inning. Infield all the way in yet again. Castillo snuck it through the left side. That's called a strike, makes it 1-1. Run will be earned to Pindell. Runner at third will not be because of the error. One. Fouled away. It's 1-2. Robertson singled in the second, drove in Logan Brown. Struck out swinging in the 5th. Salvaggio on deck. We already know about his clutch hitting. 1-2. That's a high fastball. Two nothing, a run already in, and it's a big one at that. Some more room for the pitching. 2-2. Inside, and a 3-2 count here. Walk would load the bases for Salvaggio and most likely end Pindell's night. Payoff pitch. Pindell looks back to second, looks to third, kicks and fires. That is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. After no walks through the first 6 innings, he has now walked 2 And the first 4 have reached to start the 7th. As it looks like we might see a change here. So Pindell tries to get his season high in innings pitched, but does end up finishing with just the 6 innings again, after he's unable to get an out through the first 4 batters. He'll get taken out. Jack Sawyer's in after his former teammate at Bowling Green just walked to load the bases. TJ Salvaggio, Mr. Clutch, looking to put together another run here in the 7th on the Otters Digital Network. We'll be right back.
Schaumburg, ball in the bullpen. 22, Jack Schneider. In to pitch. Schneider is on the mound. Largo. Behind the plate. Which pitcher battery is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North River Road or 812-475-9000. Tell them. Say from the Otters. Send you and stick around after our game this evening.
We'll do a little bit something more lax, and we'll pull another card. Maybe can we get the booth cam up?
Glad you're with us here at the ballpark on this beautiful Friday night.
No. Next card, Felix Bautista. After that run comes in for the Otters. We're down to 8 cards left. And that was a little bit of a quick one, but we're in a very tense situation here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jack Snyder into the game. Local of the Chicago Aries from Naperville, 6'1", 27 years old. He has a 4.50 ERA. He's only played in 2 games, pitched an inning against the Otters on the 5th. It was scoreless, giving up a hit. Gave up a run in an inning with 2 hits, 2 strikeouts against Gateway on Tuesday. All 3 runners the responsibility of Pindell. Gonzalez at third, Castillo at second, Robertson at first, still nobody out. TJ Salvaggio, first pitch. Grounder over to third. It's bobbled by Prater, and everyone's safe. A nightmare at third from Will Prater, and it's 3-0 Otters. Otters really pulling away now, as we'll have a mound visit. Everybody moves up. Another error at third by Prater. 2 of them in this inning. And it's been a rough bottom of the 7th for him. First pitch to Ponder. Is going to miss inside for ball 1. 3-0 Otters. 2 runs here in the 7th. Chance to really put this thing out of hand. 1-0. Little low. Nowhere to put him. Walk puts another run across. That's into the gap. All the way to the wall. Everybody's gonna score. John Ponder does it again. Six nothing Otts. A 5-run 7th inning, capped off by John Ponder's bases clearing double. There's still nobody out. Jones. The bats have come to life in the 7th. 1-0 has turned to 6-0. Swung on and missed for strike one. Walk, error, single, walk, error, double. And 5 runs have come across. One. Breaks the bat, grounder over to short. Craig, throw on to first. It is in time for out number 1. Ponder will advance to third. Out number 1. All of a sudden, the Otters are in full command of this game. Infield in yet again. Pierce is down 0-1. That one's called a strike on the inside corner. Little low. 1-1 here to Pierce. Worst case scenario inning for Schaumburg as they try to not fall to 3-13 on the road. Got a lot more cards to pull. Nice little time. 2-1. Low, it's ball 3. Ninth man to bat is Logan Brown. Pierce has yet to get a base hit. Big swing and a miss. It's a full count, 3-2. Payoff. Foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Pierce. First of the day for Snyder. That's out number 2. It'll bring up Logan Brown. Otters are proving that they can basically do anything at home. First pitch is low for ball 1. This game was a pitcher's duel. Now all of a sudden the Otters have really made it a ball game. Fly ball, deep right field. Logan Brown, the cherry on top. Third of the year for Logan Brown. How about a 7-run 7th? And it's 8-0 Otters. The Otters have batted around in the 7th. Swung on and missed for strike 1. What an inning it's been. Well, the Otters had that 7-run 7th inning to come back from down 8 against Mississippi to win that game in sudden death. This 7-run inning just made it a blowout. Fouled back. All of a sudden, Otters are in full control. One, two. Linscott has a walk. Came around to score. That led off the inning. Otherwise, 2 strikeouts. 1-2. A little low. So overall, Pindell will get charged for 5 of the 8 earned runs. Snyder will get 3 of them. 2-2's low and away. Now, if the Otters get another run across, we can just pull the rest of the pack, which would make things a lot easier for me. It has been such a fun 7th inning. 3-2 fouled away. Well, after all that, let's see who's warming in the Otters bullpen. See if it's anyone different. Looks like it might still be Valdez. Another foul ball for Lynn Scott. Good at bat here for Sam, and he's up in the pitch count for Snyder. Pitch is already at 22 and rising here through 2/3 of an inning. Another payoff. Outside, ball 4. Second walk this inning for Lynn Scott. Never thought I'd say that, but it's true. Back to Marcos Gonzalez.
Third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
Gonzalez reached on an error. Those 2 errors from Will Prater will and have come back to haunt Schaumburg in the worst way possible. Oh, 1. Slow roller over to first base. It'll be just right of first, and it's foul. Makes it 0-2. Well, I would like to speak for everybody when I say we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun here. It was tense, and now we can chill, lay back, and watch some good baseball. 0-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Snyder. The Otters made it from a close game to a blowout. 7 runs in the 7th inning. They lead at 8-0. Heading to the 8th on the Otters Digital Network.
Fans, let's get ready to sumo. It's time for our retro sumo smackdown. Hitting cats are gonna knock each other out with light-speed fries. Savor the flavors of the South at Robert Fighter in Evansville. And don't miss their Friday fish fry featuring all-you-can-eat crispy fish, hush puppies, fries, and coleslaw just for $18. Visit them at 6 Walnut Street or online at robertfighter.com. Ready, set, go! Give it up for Pat!
Otters with a call for bullpen. Alex Valdez into pitch. Valdez is on the mound. Round behind the plate is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your batteries at the Answer Auto Repair East at 2319 West Middle Road or 812-475-9000. Till then, same from the Otters and you. Leading off for the Schaumburg Brewers. Second
Well,
baseman to Tony Livermore.
how we feeling? Feeling good? Yeah, I think we're all feeling quite nice about how this game's been going. 8-0, 7 runs in the 7th inning. Alex Valdez is the new pitcher. Valdez has been pitching great. Last 4 outings has yet to give up an earned run. Called a ball. Leading off is Tony Livermore. 9-1-2, Livermore, Craig, and Beal. Little outside fastball at 92. Kobe Foster is now 2 outs away from a no-hitter, by the way. Washington scored 7 in the 8th. I think they're the Otters. Scoring 7 in an inning and then throwing a no-hitter. Who do they think they are? A 12-0 though there. 2 outs away from a no-no for Kobe Foster. That is crushed into deep right field, and that will one hop off the wall. Heading to second base is Livermore. Throw into second, a little closer than expected, but Tony Livermore has a double. That's his first hit against the Otters in his pro career.
Hoosier Lottery strikeout batter of the game. Shortstop 7, Alec Craig.
Top of the lineup, Alec Craig. Very interesting stat. The two teams playing, as you can see the scoreboard, 8-0. They're tied in hits with 7. Which has got to be by far the widest margin of runs with the hits being tied this season. It's got to be, right? The Otters have rarely even had hits tied in a game this season. A little outside, it's 1-1. When the hits have been tied, only 2 games. 17-3 when they out-hit their opponent. Outside, it's 2-1. Runner on second in Livermore. And not too big of a lead over there at second base. 3 for 3 on steals for Livermore this season. First hit since June 4th against Joliet. Grounder to second. Monty Jones will throw to first. And that's out number 1. Still keeping a keen eye on this Kobe Foster no-hit watch. Runner has reached, I think, on a walk, because it's still showing 0-0-0. Miles Beal hitting from the left side yet again. Runner on third with 1 out. Schaumburg looking to score their first run of the day. Instead of going to break, I think, here in the middle of the 8th, well, I think we'll do the card pulls instead of the break. Because we have a lot of them to do. We have a lot of them. Foster 1 out away from that no-hitter. 1-1. It's always devastating when a no-hitter gets broken up with 2 outs in the 9th. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Miles Beal so far is 1 for 3. Has a single in the 4th, 2 grounders. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 6th. A 1-2. Little low. That's it. I think Kobe Foster just threw a no-hitter. Yeah, that's game. So Kobe Foster just threw a no-hitter against New Jersey. So congrats to him and Washington. Grounder over to second base, throw to first. In time, just barely. Blake Robertson didn't know whether to get that one or go to the bag. Monty Jones is able to pick him up. Run does come in from third. So the RBI ground out from Miles Beal makes it 8-1. Kobe Foster is a bit of a cheat code, I fear. Very glad that he did not pitch against the Otters when we played Washington back in mid-May. Because his ERA is going to go down from a .78 which is ludicrous. Fly ball, foul ground. Gonzalez, Salvaggio. Gonzalez is not able to make the catch. Feels like Marcos Gonzalez always has a little bit of a rough time in foul ground over there. He's usually been able to make the catch, not that time though. Does land in foul ground though, so it's just strike one. One. Grounder foul. Makes it 1-2. Got him. Swung on and missed for strike three. Run does come in for Schaumburg, but it's still 8-1. And we'll head to the bottom of the eighth. But I guess we will stay here actually and head to the booth cam as we have some card pulls to do instead of our little break. I'm pulling the rest of the pack. You know what? I do not care. We're pulling the rest of the pack. Can we get to the booth cam, please? Booth cam. Commentators, please. Either way, we'll start pulling them right now. We'll hopefully bring you inside the broadcast booth at some point. First man is Trey Turner. We got Grant Taylor. We got Michael Bush. We got Nick Gonzalez. We're doing this fast. Kennedy Corona. 2025 All Tops team Bobby Witt Jr. And the Titans of the game, James Wood and Mookie Betts. Those are the cards we got right now. Decent pack. Really intrigued by the Grant Taylor rookie card. I think Grant Taylor's been pitching pretty well this season. Otherwise, the Bobby Witt Jr. All Tops team, it kind of looks like his face is photoshopped onto the body. Mookie Betts and James Wood. A solid pack of 36. As we'll have a new pitcher into the game. 36 cards. Let's run through them real quick. Alejandro Kirk, Zach Maxwell, Jorge Soler, Bailey Ober. American League RBI leaders in 2025. Carlos Narvaez, Marcelo Meyer, Matt Strahm, Grant Holmes, Giancarlo Stanton, Yonquil Fernandez, Miguel Vargas, Nick Pivetta, Juan Burgos, Ezekiel Tovar, Dominic Canzone, CJ Kafis, Jose Caballero, Jeremy Pena, Blake Snell, James Wood. I got James Wood twice. Wilson Contreras, Jonathan Aranda, Gunnar Henderson, Justinson Garcia, Maximo Acosta, Felix Bautista, Trey Turner, Grant Taylor, Michael Bush, Nick Gonzalez, Kennedy Corona, Bobby Witt Jr., and Mookie Betts. And we breathe. Bottom of the eighth. First pitch might have crossed up Calarco. We're going to have a visit at the mound. Might have been some miscommunication between Calarco and the new pitcher for Schaumburg, who is Wyatt Cameron. A little bit of a longer mound visit. Wyatt Cameron has a 6.94 ERA in 11 2/3 innings. He last pitched against the Otters on the 6th. He threw an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, and 1 earned run. Good breaking ball hits the zone. LG Castillo leading it off with Blake Robertson behind him and TJ Salvaggio. Otters had 11 men step up to the plate in the 7th. 7 of them scored. Grounder, off of Cameron over to short. Craig still trying to make the play, but Castillo will beat it out. That is 104. And Cameron looks to be shaken up.
First baseman, number 31, Blake Robertson.
So we're going to take a little time here to see what happens with Zach Cameron, and apparently he's okay. Not too sure where that hit him. It looked like it was just kind of on the mid-arm section. But, hey, shout out to Wyatt Cameron. Really taking that one like a trooper. Didn't even need the trainer to come out. Already back and ready to face off against Robertson. In the meantime, LG Castillo has another 3-hit day. So Castillo back-to-back 3-hit games. He was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs yesterday against Lake Erie, and now 3 for 4 today. Called a strike. And it's 1-1. Cameron, in his second professional season last year, he was with the Great Falls Voyagers in the Pioneer League. Pretty good ERA, under 4. Grounder over to second base. Spinning throw to first. Great play from Livermore. And that's out number 1, as advancing to second base is Castillo. TJ Salvaggio will go up for his 4th appearance of the day. He's 0 for 3. Did reach on an error in the 7th. Prater had a rough inning in the 7th. 2 errors led to 7 runs scoring. Rough frame for Prater. Castillo's on second with 1 out. First pitch was called a strike to Salvaggio. Other than the error, he has a fly out to right field and a grounder over to Craig at short. 0-1 is called strike 2. Not a lot of heckling here at Bossy Field. Getting to that point in the game where the people have kind of consumed alcohol and are taking it out on anybody they see on the field in an orange jersey. 0-2 is going to get way past Calarco and into the Otters dugout. Means automatically taking third is Castillo. Wild pitch will advance him 90 feet. Now he's at third with 1 out. With the single for Castillo, Otters are now out hitting the Boomers 8-7. Tire infield in, 1-2 to TJ. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 92 on the fastball gets him swinging. First strikeout of the day for Cameron, and out number 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Now the big swing today belongs to John Ponder. Bases clearing double. Brought in 3. Put things out of reach for Schaumburg up until this point. Well, usually he's good at 2-out hitting, but that one was with nobody out. Still able to get the job done. No outs, 1 out, 2 out. Doesn't matter. High, and it's ball 2. Who are we going to see for the 9th? Who's warming in that bullpen for the Otters? A little hard to see. I think it might be Nolan Phoebe. 2-0, high fly ball into left field. Kellum Clark waiting a little bit for it to come down, but it will fall into his glove for out number 3. No leadoff single for Castillo doesn't come around to score. Otters, though, still up 8-1 heading to the 9th on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 9th here in Evansville. It's been a great day for the Otters. Now they're 3 outs away from their 19th win of the season and the first time this season that they'll be 8 games over 500. Good day out in the ball yard for L. Otts. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as we finish up all the games in the Frontier League. Windy City beats Lake Erie 3-2, or they're beating them 3-2 in the 8th. We got this game, which says 2-0. There probably, I think we had a scoring issue, but it is 8-1 right now. Mississippi is up on Joliet 8-4 in the 7th. Gateway's beating Florence 8-5 in the 8th. 2-2, Ottawa and Trois-Rivières are tied up 16-9 between Down East and Sussex County. What is up with Down East? They're just hitting everything nowadays, huh? Quebec, they're winning, of course. And we got Washington 12-0, the no-hitter for Kobe Foster. 6-1 between Tri-City and New York. New pitcher into the game is Nolan Thebe, as he'll look to throw a scoreless 9th and get the Otters out of here with a victory. Starting off with Cole Turney. Grounder foul. So some more lackluster offense from Schaumburg on the road. They did get 7 hits, but only have managed the 1 run. So we won't see it a shutout, but take an 8-1 win. Called a strike. It's 0-2. Turney so far today, 1 for 3. He has a single in his last at-bat in the 6th, 2 strikeouts. A lot of things to be positive about, but especially the pitching from Garrett Simpson. He was masterful today. Fouled back. Thebe had a 3.54 ERA and 20 1/3. Hadn't given up more than 2 earned runs in a game in an outing until the 9th against Lake Erie. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 3 earned runs, 4 walks. He just had a little bit of a rough outing. Everyone's got one, but he strikes out Cole Turney for out number 1. That's 8 strikeouts now for Otters pitching compared to no walks, 0, nil, nilch, zilch, whatever you want to call it. No walks. The Otters have not gone a game without walking anybody. Strike 1 to Fitzgerald. 1 for 3 today is Fitzgerald. His single was in the 4th. Oh, and 2. Thebe against Schaumburg last season. Only 1 2/3. It was a scoreless 1 2/3 against the Boomers. One, 2. Fouled away. And the 9th inning's brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember, who can help with all your pest control needs? McMahon can. Got to do the read in the 8th because we were too busy pulling cards. It is kind of an addiction. I see the rush. Back-to-back strikeouts for Thebe in the 9th. Schaumburg down to their last out, down 7. It's Alex Kolarko. Thebe looking to strike out the side. Would be a huge comeback outing after giving up the 3 earned runs against Lake Erie. Call ball 1, Kolarko. He's 1 for 3 today. His single was in the 2nd inning. Flew out to left field and struck out in the 7th. 1-0 swung on and missed. Fans here at Boston Field Well, a little bit louder than usual. It's a great crowd tonight. And we got fireworks today and tomorrow. Fireworks in the 7th for the Otters. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Last strike for Schaumburg. Thebe trying to get the job done. Strike out the side. 1-2. High and away. Thebe on the pitching side. Now tied with Landon Williman for the lead in strikeouts with 27. This would give him the team lead. 2-2. There it is! Called strike 3. Nolan Thebe hyped as the Otters win it. Thebe strikes out the side in the 9th, and the Otters, for the first time this season, are 8 games over 500. 19-11. Turney, Fitzgerald, and Calarco all go down on strikes, as the pitching was phenomenal today. Just the 1 run given up on the RBI grounder by Miles Beal. And on the backs of 1 inning, that 7th, that beautiful, magical 7th inning, the Otters pull off the 8-1 victory, 19-11. As they keep up in the Central, they move to 13-3 at home, 7-0 in these jerseys. There's something about these jerseys that are just special, absolutely special. And it was a great all-around performance. Let's take a look a little bit deeper. 6 innings for Garrett Simpson, 6 hits, no earned runs, by far the best outing of the season for Garrett Simpson, as he kept the Otters in this one. Morrissey threw an inning, Valdez threw an inning, gave up the 1 earned, but it was already while the Otters were up 8. And Nolan Thebe just completely dominant to close out the 9th, as Schaumburg's offensive woes on the road continue. 1 run, 7 hits, but only managed the 1 run. They couldn't get anything going. They couldn't string together hits. They couldn't get hits with runners in scoring position. And overall, it was the 2 errors as well, both by Will Prater. And that 7th inning really collapsed their spirits. Buddy Pindell finishes with 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Snyder has an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, with Wyatt Cameron throwing a scoreless inning out of the bullpen. Nice little game for the Otters. 8-1 the final score. As we will head to tomorrow. For now, it's fireworks time here at Bosse Field. For everybody here at Bosse Field with the Evansville Otters, my name is Evan Patoka. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place for Game 2 as the Otters look to take another series at home here against Schaumburg.